I am Jared Weiss from CLNS Radio, and I am here at the CSNNE Tomboy Symposium, a conversation about the evolution of gender in sports. We're going to talk to some of the panel members from tonight's event ahead of, on Friday, March 10th at 7:30 p.m., the airing of the Tomboy documentary on CSNNE. Now let's talk to some of the panelists.
One of the messages for me is that you can really turn obstacles into opportunity, and that what we truly need, we need more role models out there. We need more women who are willing to take the risk and to do it, like the first, female NFL official, Becky Hammon, out there, an assistant coach in the NBA. I think that we need more people like that, and I think it's hard, and I, listen, it's scary. It's a scary world to try and do that. But I think that the more we can have those role models and the more we can encourage young women to take that leap of faith and look at that obstacle as an opportunity, then I think it's going to change.
I think we need to keep getting women involved in whether it's coaching or kind of teaching our daughters that being a woman and being a strong woman is something that helps you be successful. I have a 3.5-year-old, and I want to teach her that she can do anything that she puts her mind to, and no matter what that is, even if historically it was something that only males did. I want her to be able to experience everything in her lifetime that she wants to experience.
When we stereotype women, it doesn't just hurt girls, it hurts girls and boys in the long run, because boys grow up thinking, oh, well, when they talk about girls, they talk about them, they throw like a girl. They're Sallies. They wear pink hats. They, a boys team who didn't play well played like they were wearing skirts. So all of that reinforces this perception that men are strong and women are weak. And I think if we really start to change that dialogue about how we talk about both, one, it makes girls feel strong. And two, I think it also helps to make boys feel like, man, if I'm upset about something and I cry, I can cry. If I want to play with dolls, that's okay too. If I don't want to play football, but I want to take ballet or dance, I can do that. To me, it's not just about equality for women. It's about opening the doors for everybody to be who they want to be. The reality is, when you think of pink, you think of girls. And when you think of girls, you think people who don't understand sports. And so when the two go together, then you think girls don't know anything about sports, pink hat. To me, that's just, again, that's damaging. That's saying to a little girl, you can know a little bit and you can be kind of this fun fan and you can go get your nails done at the ballpark, but you're not a real fan, because a real fan wouldn't wear a pink hat. Well, to me, just because you wear a pink hat, maybe you just like the color pink. Maybe you're a huge fan and you just happen to be a girl who likes a pink hat.
I think there is progress, but I think that it's interesting because it's been so slow. I think that it just kind of, you see a lot of sideline reporters and, and so you see that growing and growing and growing. And then we didn't see anybody. And all of a sudden now, like you see Doris Burke. Doris Burke doesn't just do the sidelines. Doris Burke doesn't just do the play-by-play. She'll be the analyst on a men's basketball game. So I think that we are seeing it more. And I think that because of the times we're living in, I think that that's going to accelerate and go a little bit quicker than it has, because we're running out of patience.
What do you think has been the main change in the way that people talk about women in sports over the years?
Well, one, I think a lot more people, it's accepted. Like when I first started in the business, it was, the first time I ever went into like a clubhouse was probably 1997 or 98 as an intern. It might have even been 1996. And guys are dropping their towels and they're getting close to you and they're asking you. I literally had a player once chase me out of a clubhouse and ask me out on a date in front of all these people. And I can walk into a clubhouse now and feel fairly confident that I'm looked at as a professional. I feel like for the most part, anyone, especially anyone who's 35 or 40 or older, seeing a woman on television or seeing a female athlete or an analyst, it's there. You can see it all the time. But when people ask me who I looked up to when I was getting into sports broadcasting, there wasn't anyone. There was no one for me to look at and say, oh, hey, I want to do that when I grew up. But now there is, and now there's a lot of different examples, and I think that's where we made our biggest strides. I would now like it to see where it's not just hosts and sideline reporters and social media people that are women that are in very prominent positions. I'd love to see, a First Take run by a woman. I would love to see, NFL coverage headed by a woman on one of the main networks. That to me would be sort of play-by-play, analysts, those types of things. I think once we get to that point, there'll be true equality, and of course in the front offices.
I've done 13 Olympics, and I can honestly say that women and men are, the sports are treated equally, I feel, more so, maybe, especially you look at a sport like basketball, the men's team is getting all this attention, but the women's team is getting so much attention as well. So I feel like there's a more level playing field. I think that what ends up happening at an Olympics is that it really is a world community. And all of these people, what we love about the Olympics so much is that you have all of these people who train in relative obscurity their entire lives for this one moment, and they might not ever make a podium. They might not ever even make the finals of whatever their sport is, but they've trained their entire lives for this moment to be part of this world community. And I think that there's a respect for that. And I think that even as viewers, when we're sitting at home and we're watching, we respect that. It could be your next door neighbor. It could be your brother. It could be your cousin out there working so hard and trying to make that moment special. And there's something about it that just evens everybody out, and not just men and women, but all races and, people from different countries. And you truly do feel like you're part of something that's so special.
Thank you to Trenni Kusnierek, Andrea Joyce, and Katie King Crowley for joining me. We are at the CSNNE Tomboy Symposium. You can catch the Tomboy documentary on CSNNE on Friday, March 10th at 7:30 p.m. Enjoy the show.